impossible. In its lives, find the truth. Your history is all the history. The world came from you. The first man have your DNA. The world came from you. If you believe in the creator, then there's nothing you can do. Call you nigga, then turn back around and mimic you. Hypocrites can't be trusted. You gotta have a plan. Gotta compress our residuals. Hard times is inedible.
Moorish World, we got something to say. If we work together, everything will be okay. Put our differences aside, the L's and the B's. We don't fear, we love, cause fear turns to hate. Moorish World, we got something to say. If we work together, everything will be okay. Put our differences aside, the L's and the B's. We don't fear, we love, cause fear turns to hate. Moorish World, we got something to say. If we work together, everything will be okay. Put our differences aside, the L's and the B's. We don't fear, we love, cause fear turns to hate. Moorish World, we got something to say. If we work together, everything will be okay. Put our differences aside, the L's and the B's. We don't fear, we love, cause fear turns to hate.
I'm trying to tell you that it's urgent. We can stop all the splurging and recognize our purpose and start getting to work. And we have to face the fact that it's power in the tongue. We gotta consolidate our funds before harder times come. My mind's racing and my heart is beating like a drum. The way I carry myself, you wouldn't know I'm from the slums. You wanna know who you are? Read the one-on-ones. Thanks to Drew Ali, we got the Moorish can run. See, our future is great. That's why I'm telling my son. Some people minds and shots. That's why their body is done. We are law and man. Islam isn't a plan. Live on grass and sand. Fed is a turban.
Moorish World, we got something to say. If we work together, everything will be okay. Put our differences aside, the L's and the B's. We don't fear, we love, cause fear turns to hate. Moorish World, we got something to say. If we work together, everything will be okay. Put our differences aside, the L's and the B's. We don't fear, we love, cause fear turns to hate.
Family, y'all got to help me share it so we can get started. I'm running a little bit behind. But anyway, I'm about to share it for about 7 minutes to social media. I need the truth to get out. So let's go.
Yeah. Islam. I'm trying to be your friend, man. I'm trying to be your friend, bro. Help me out. Meet me halfway. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. Now let me be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Now let me be your friend. Peace and love. Hey yo, I used to be a thug until I met the prophet. Now I'm all about love, truth, peace, and freedom till I return to Allah. One day we gon' meet her. I'm all about justice, that's the focus of the message. Sometimes Asiatics make me wanna forget the lessons. I be all up in my passion from all the Moorish passion. All things considered, I start laughing. A grown man with a ponytail, another calling us Neanderthal, and he all pale. I mean, for real, this is what it comes to, my brother. We got nothing better to do than talk down to each other. Yeah, we can be scholarly, or we can get gutter. We are the children of our father, and the breast of our mother has nursed us all. And first of all, we beefing while the fiend trying to murk us all. You need to chill, my brother. Tell the elder the same, cause on the real, my man, I'm really about them things. I can take the feds off and get back to the low, and return to the state where they used to call me dope. But no, I'm rolling with the prophet of Allah. I want love, not war. Standing on that floor, and I'm holding the square. The compass and the axe that might be too deep. Yo, let's not get off track. See, our prophet was an adept. Do you know what that is? An Egyptian adept is a brother who lived by the universal science developed in the Nile. We call it Islamism, but it's the same. I a child set at the foot of a master. I train you once, but I might have to bang you up. I still love you, and those that's talking that this ain't Islam. Everything the prophet brought is in the Quran. All the other stuff, prostrate and cover up is just the start. The nearest place to me, the law is the heart. You can dress like Imhotep, but you can dress like a herb. By the Moorish American Muslim unifies the word. You can say what you want about Dr. York, but he gave you different variations of the same thought. You don't appreciate that. You won't appreciate me. Appreciate the holy and divine Drew Ali. People refuse to admit it. He's the first that ever did it. The Europeans hope that the Moors would forget it, but we here, strong, alive and well, resurrected from hell, with a story to tell. So pay attention and listen and consider the facts. You know it's humanly impossible for you to be black. I guess a Chinaman is yellow, a Mexican is brown. Just think for a second how ridiculous it sounds. We can turn it around, but we must unite. It's okay to disagree, but we don't have to fight. Cause if we have to fight, you know how we get. I'm still learning to love. No, I'm not dead yet. So work with me, fam, and I'ma work with you. And let's all work together and do what we gotta do. Cause on the real side, we haven't made no progress since 1929 when the prophet left the flesh. We got an Asiatic president, men marrying men, psycho shooting up a club and don't see his own sin. And those that say they conscious, they took your fuss. Move straight to Hollywood, straight living it up. And y'all bigging it up, straight cheesing and grinning. But it was your bread to help them set it off in the beginning. Be careful what you put in your soul, cause it could blind you. Unfortunately, some people get paid to misguide you, misguide you. Oh yeah, I wanna be your friend. Peace and love, let me be your friend. Peace and love, I said you ain't never, and you would never. You ain't never, ever, ever. You ain't never met a more like this, and you ain't never, ever, ever gonna meet one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love, so let me be your friend. Peace and love, oh yeah, you ain't never met a more like this, and you ain't never, ever, ever gonna meet one again. So let me be your friend. Peace and love, so let me be your friend. Peace and love, I wanna be your friend. Yeah, let me be your friend. All these men, we ain't trying to be enemies. I wanna be your, so let me be your, I wanna be your friend. Hey, yeah.
So y'all ready? I think y'all ready. I think y'all ready. Let me see if y'all ready. Let's see who we got in the building. Who we got in the building? Oh man, let me see who we got in the building. Y'all ready? Yeah, man, listen. We got 41 in the building. How many thumbs up we got? How many thumbs up we got? I'm about to give it to you. Yeah, we about to talk about it. You know what I mean? All right. At 120, the brother asked the question. I'm about to give it to you. Ask what question, Will Scott L. What question did they ask? Y'all ready? This is TARHARKA BEY Exodus. From Supreme Grand Sheiks, authority, and grand body lies. All right? All right. I'm trying to be calm. I'm trying to turn myself into Professor Johnson Bey. Can I be Professor Johnson Bey tonight? I want to be TARHARKA BEY. You know what I'm saying? But I feel pumped up, family. So what we might have to do is let TARHARKA BEY come in first. We might have to let TARHARKA BEY come in first. Then we might have to follow up with Professor T. Johnson Bey. You know what I mean? That's what we might have to do. Because I'm pumped up. So family, let me just share this one more again. And we gonna get busy.
Never, never down no more. They just slow-mo. 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 They just slow-mo. See, I be coming at these Moors, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these Moors? because I don't consider these functional Moorish American Muslims. As it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Ali, the founder of the Moorish World of America. Some lanes from across the border, you and your daughters, I mean your little followers, you all out of order. I ain't taking nada, nothing from you crooks. Cujo tarts appear, I got them all shook. I wish Cujo would step up to get his rep up and get hit up from the neck up. You gon' respect us. An elder once told me meet the people where they at, and you lower than a worm, so you know you meet the tech. Let's keep it simple, more. I'm a temple more. Either you wanna talk knowledge or you wanna go to war. Cujo, I will drag you by your dreads till you beg. Detach your arm, leg, arm, head. Boy, you don't want these problems. I know the law well. The policy and forces be the same ones you go tell. They're gon' call them little lanes on YouTube. They little gangs talk tough like you bout that. And I'ma forget how far I came. I never forgot my aim. I never forgot my ammo. I pray to Allah, but I still tie my camel. Let's talk about this knowledge that you think you have. Matter of fact, forget it, boy. Don't make me laugh. They don't know more. They just slow-mo. They don't know more. They slow-mo. They gon' learn today. But they gon' learn today. But they gon' learn today. So now what you gotta say, huh? I broke the rules. If I'm a Sheik and a Muslim and I'm talking about tools, boy, you know the lessons. The tools are to refine and mine are reclined. I'm sharing it, hold up. You know about the hammer, make it a part of every part. And I wanna meet a law, so I'm aiming at your heart. You on 720, I'm on that third step, I'm at the pinnacle of wisdom. So hit me with the threat, mean mugging and cussing, boy, it don't mean nothing. Not going out like Malcolm, I'm going out busting, but I prefer discussion.
Oh, let me get some water.
You know we straight line, associating scam with the holy divine. But the loss is mine, but I'm just the same time. And it's about to catch you at any given moment. You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it, huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Huh? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it?
I'm ready.
Tariq got y'all thinking that he great. He teach law and civics, but never be the case. I never seen him in court approaching the bench. But people who follow him, they do this nonsense. He teach a right to travel. I never seen him whipping. He pointing away, but doing something different. And y'all been hustling and scared to admit it. I'll be big and paid in fiat. They call it fictitious. Y'all ridiculous. Falling for the pseudo. The right to travel ain't even work for Cujo. All up in Canada, quoting U.S. law. Deaf, dumb, and blind, boy, you just lost. Down no more. They just slow-mo.
All right, here we go.
Down no more. They just slow-mo. See, I be coming at these whores, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these whores? Because I don't consider these functional Moorish American Muslims. As it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Ali, the founder of the Moorish World of America.
So family, we about to get started.
Look up, huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne.
Islam.
Can't you see I'm on it?
Y'all ready?
You just lost.
Islam. First and foremost, I rise giving praise to the great God of the universe of law. I give honor to his prophet Noble Ali. I give honor to each and every one of y'all. I hope y'all shared this at least once. Let me see. I got to look on my phone because I'm trying to make sure that I don't get no drag whatsoever. So I got to see how many likes, we need some thumbs up. We need to, see, let me tell you something. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel because we want to make sure that we get the truth out. If y'all want the truth, then you came to the right place. Again, if you don't want the truth, you can exit stage left. See, I've been doing my workout. I went vegan on you. I'm ready to roll now. I need to get my back rubbed. Robin, I need my back rubbed so I can go to work. Now, I'm just man, y'all don't have no sense of humor, man. Oh, man. Y'all got a sense of humor? What's going on? You know what I mean? I'm just playing. Anyway, give me a second. Let me get myself set up real quick. And then we're going to get into this. So y'all know what show this is, right? Y'all know what this is. This is TARHARKA Bay Exodus. I had to get out of there. You know, some things went down. Or some things were discovered. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about it in just a few minutes. You're going to have to work with me. Let me set myself up real quick. I got to set myself up so I can see what we're talking about here. So anyway. So family, what we have here is that, let me give y'all the backdrop of the story. What had happened was, I'm minding my own business, building on the Prophet's program. You know what I mean? I'm minding my own business. I had been a part of Brother David Bailey-L's Grand Body. Joined the Grand Body in 2014, if I'm not mistaken, something to that effect. I would have to look back. But anyway, and what had happened was, due to extensive research, I seen, you know, some questionable things as it relates to what the movement is supposed to look like. But no harm, no foul. You know, I believe these things can be fixed if one have courage enough for truth. And so I'm willing to ride it out. You know, I'm a loyalist first and foremost. I'm willing to ride it out. If one has courage enough for truth, then anything can be fixed. You know what I mean? But if you've seen the last video, when I tell you how the brother that was next in line basically accused me of forging Brother D. Bailey-L's signature because he didn't make it to convention to know that I was given a warrant of authority. So he accused me indirectly, if you will, of forging Bailey-L's signature. And so with that, I'm like, man, we can't build nothing like that. Like, you don't even really have any confidence in those who are your equal. Because the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, those that are your equal, raise the leader up to sovereign power. In other words, if you and I are adapts, you and I are sheiks, regardless of position, whether I'm Grand Sheik or you Supreme Grand Secretary, regardless of positions, we equal. But you accuse me indirectly of some crazy stuff, violating Act 4 all day, putting blood all over your scimitar by chopping up Act 4, falsely accusing. But no problem, no harm, no foul. I leave that stuff alone. I'm trying to build anyway. I ain't with all that, you know. So let's just build. Let's put it together, you know, and let's demonstrate the Prophet's movement. So as y'all know, if y'all been following the channel, everybody have something to say. You know what I'm saying? Act 3. I messed that up. See, that's why Raphael up in here. Act 3. I'm just testing you, Raphael. That's right. Act 3. You know what I mean? See? See, he want to check me too. Nah, honor to my brother Raphael. Act 3. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get to what I'm trying to say. Anyway, point being. So I never, ever come at anybody as the aggressor. Never, ever. Anytime that I make a video, I don't care if it's Cool Joe, I don't care if it's Taj Tariq, I don't care who I've ever made a video about. There was always reason being that I was coming out somebody's mouth. My name was coming out somebody's mouth. Real talk. Now, behind the scenes, you might don't know that. You might not seen the Cool Joe video. You may not seen them comparing Taj to the Prophet. You may not seen these brothers holding up the consulate court and antagonizing. You know what I mean? Y'all fake. The consulate is real. You may not seen that. But every time Sinetta, it doesn't matter, Shaka, it doesn't matter who, every time it was a response. Now, there is no difference in this case. This is a response. This is a response because I've been keep hearing and getting confirmation that there is things being said about me, which I don't have no problem with. This is my comfort zone. Don't think I'm crying. I want you to say some things. And some things said about me by our good brother, the former Supreme Grand Sheik of his group, David Belial. One of the first things that he say is that he did not make me a divine minister, which anybody that been around for some time, they know that it's false, but they say now that the brother got dementia, etc., etc., etc. All good. You know what I mean? No problem. I have no beef with brother David Belial. None whatsoever. I honor the brother. I honor the brother because he honored me with Adat, divine minister, Grand Sheik, twice Grand Sheik. So I honor the brother. You know what I mean? I have no problem with the brother. But one of the things that we got to understand is that once your name is ran through the mud, now I have to run it through the car wash. And the way that I run it through the car wash, if my name is ran through the mud in the public, then I got to run it through the car wash in the public. And the way that I run it through the car wash is no different than when Braswell Bay wanted to test the fire. Braswell Bay in my face told me I got to stop what I'm doing because I have no authority. That's what he said to me. He said, you got to stop this virtual temple. The prophet would never have a virtual temple. Like what? The prophet was on the cutting edge of technology. What are you talking about? The prophet would have utilized everything at his disposal because he did it during that day and time. What are you talking about? Did not he utilize the Chicago Tribune, the Chicago, what's the other paper he utilized? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that one. You know what I mean? And created his own paper. He would have utilized everything at his disposal. You know what it costs to establish a printing press, to print your own paper at the bottom of a building in 3140? Huh? Do you know what it costs? That means he made a major sacrifice to have his own paper so he can have the influence. The defender. That's right, Scott L. Work with me. I appreciate y'all. That means y'all been studying, man. Shout out to Willie Scott L. That means y'all been studying. But anyway, the prophet was on the cutting edge, you know? And so he would have utilized everything at his disposal. But bottom line is, once it began to hit the public that I'm out here fraud and I'm faking, and it came from a source, now I got to say, okay. So the same thing with Braswell Bay. He came out the side of his neck talking crazy in my face. And I say, and I'm telling you, the conversation that I'm having now, I actually had it with him. I said to him, I said, brother, we can have this conversation and we can leave it right here. We can leave it right here. We ain't got to take this conversation no further than right here. The conversation that I'm about to have tonight, I have had this conversation in part with Braswell Bay and with his guys in private. And I said, we can leave it right here. But now, if somebody mentioned my name in public, in the negative, then we're going to have this conversation in public. And what do you know? One of his sheiks kept on taunting me. Not one time, but kept taunting me. Because listen, let's be serious. Most people think that I do this for a show. They don't know what I really know. I mean, they know now. But back then, they thought I was just buffoonery, doing this for a show and for attention. That's what they thought. And so the brother kept taunting me, taunting me. I'm like, leave that alone. Leave that alone, because in reality, you have young children, young women that's coming in. They don't know no better. They don't care about these politics that these men and sometimes women argue about and have been arguing about for 20 years. They just want their divine lessons, and they want to go home knowing that they were sent the prophet, and if they follow the prophet, then their life will be all right. They ain't got time for this stuff. And so I give people warnings. Leave it alone. Let it go, let it ride. But nah, they don't want to let it ride. They don't want to let it ride. And so they taunt and taunt and taunt and taunt. And so, you know what I say? I'm going to give you what you want. Is that what you want? I'm going to give you what you want. No problem. Because I already know the truth. I've already discovered the truth. That's why I'm moving like I move. So, Braswell Bey had to get that heat. And the Myth of the Supreme Grand Sheik, if you go on bottom of the page, you can hit the link and you can go check it out. The Myth of the Supreme Grand Sheik breaks it all the way down. Breaks it all the way down. You follow what I'm saying? You can hit that link and you can go get that video. We did a pay-per-view on that video because we actually built it on the ground. But no, nevertheless, same thing with Ras Sadiel. Ras Sadiel came at me sideways. I mean, the first time I introduced to Ras Sadiel, he was telling me that I follow a homosexual. And his brother home. I'm like, I don't even know this guy. I said, Brother Sharif, who is this guy? Sharif said, Brother man, do you want the long version or the short version? That's what he said to me. I said, who is this guy? I don't even know this guy. Talk about I follow a homosexual. I'm like, what? I do? It's news to me. I'm a part of the LBGT community or something. I said, what? Got on the phone, Brother Sharif. It's a guy named Ras Sadiel. And he said this crazy thing to me. You know what I mean? Who is he? Brother man. Okay. Brother Sharif, this is my Brother Sharif. Okay. It's spoons. Spoons don't make people fat. Okay? Guns don't kill people. People kill people. That's our Brother Sharif. He said, Brother man, that's what he said to me. Brother man, do you want the long or the short version? Shout out to Brother Sharif. Anyway, I was messing with him the other day too. Speak up, Brother Sharif. Anyway, so bottom line is that I had to go and do what I had to do to Ras Sadiel. Showed the misappropriation of the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Showed the misappropriation and the lies that he followed under the guise of Moorish science. And to this day, I don't think he has recovered. But with that being said, that's enough talking. You know what I mean? That's enough talking. Let's get into it. So as I said, Belial, Braswell Bey, Belial have stated that he did not give me authority. In fact, I've never said that I was under Belial administration. I want y'all to hear me good because this video is specifically designed to travel around these grand bodies and this Moorish communities. I've never said that I was under Belial's administration, not once. I give honor to Belial for seeing something in me while I was under his administration and making me an adept and a divine minister. I give honor to that. Passing that degree from him to me, I give honor to that, complete honor to that. But I've never said that I was under Belial administration. Never. Nor have I revealed how I'm actually moving. So, Belial said, I don't have authority. I want y'all to follow me on this, family. I know this makes you nervous because you may have never heard someone address this head on the way that I do it. Because there's a lot of temples out here that people claim don't have authority. See, they just leave it alone. I ain't gonna leave it alone. Braswell Bey and his cronies say, I don't have authority. Authority for what? To do what I'm doing, to open a temple, to teach in the temple, to teach the divine lessons of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, or to call myself the Moorish Science Temple of America. He said, I don't have authority. Rasadiel said the same thing. I don't have authority. That's what he said. So, what we going to do here tonight? We are going to examine their authority. Y'all still with me? Press 1 if y'all with me. If y'all still with me, we are going to examine their authority. And we're going to do it all in one motion. In other words, we're not going to spend too much time on Braswell Bey. We're not going to spend too much time on Rasadiel because we already did that. So we're going to go straight to Brother David Belial, and I'm going to show you how it's all one and the same. So we don't have to spend too much time in too many different places. So now here we go. Everybody got one. I hope y'all got y'all pens, even got your screen share ready, because I'm about to take y'all on a trip. Let me see what somebody say. If you had a charter signed by Belial, how you not under his ministration? I am no longer under his ministration. Walk with me, family. Walk with me, Pahana Spears. Walk with me. I'm no longer under his administration. I haven't been under his ministration for over 2 years. But we have been, he classified me as inactive. But I've been very active. Don't make no mistake. I've been very active. You know what I mean? You've seen me. So, we're about to get started. First of all, when we open up this meeting, let's open it up in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and know for sure that it's all about getting to the truth. So, let's start with this. What you see right here is the actual filing that the prophet filed in Cook County. And we see, follow me. No, the name of the prophet papers was the Defender Legion of the X-Men. No. So let me focus. So the name of this filing right here shows you that. Let me see if I can get me a so I can write. I need to write so I can show you what I'm talking about. And I just need to walk you through it real quick. So the name of this filing is the filing that everybody want to act like that they have control over, and that this what gives them power. This what they think. They think this gives them some sort of power. They think that this number here gives them power. You follow me? But forget all about that. Prophet Noble Drew Ali name is on here. After Prophet Noble Drew Ali, there's Belial, there's Small Bey, there's Lovett Bey, and Foreman Bey. Let me be clear real quick. Let me be clear. Foreman Bey sold out. Number 1. Lovett Bey sold out. Number 2. Small Bey sold out. Can be proven, but this is not what I'm making a point of. There's only 2 left on this affidavit. Prophet Noble Drew Ali and Belial. Now, everybody want to connect themselves to Belial. You follow me? Everybody want to connect themselves to Belial because Prophet Noble Drew Ali appointed Belial as the Supreme Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple of America and the Supreme Grand Sheik of the Supreme Grand Council. Once you become the Supreme Grand Sheik of the Supreme Grand Council, you automatically become the Supreme Grand Sheik. That becomes your title. The greater title swallows out the lesser title. Anyway, so we're at Belial. So now let me give everybody a concept real quick. What everybody is saying, Belial, Rasadiel, and Braswell Bey, what they are saying, these 3 brothers, But we're going to start with these three. Belial, Braswell Bey, and Rasadiel. But if you notice here, I got P. Davisel. These three brothers had left the Moorish Science Temple of America, incorporated under R. Love L. Now, I could be wrong with administration, but I think I'm right. But I can stand to be corrected, but that's not my point. They went and joined the 957th Street group of Moors, where a group of Moors came together and elected a leader, and that leader became the Grand Sheik of the Grand Major Temple, and that's what they called it. Now, Braswell Bey, when he joined, he was the secretary over there. You know what I mean? He's shuffling documents and all of that stuff. The same thing he did when he went to Belial, but nevertheless, he's shuffling documents. They had problems over there. Rasadiel was always a renegade gangster, getting high, whatever, whatever. But that's not the point. What happened was, these brothers, P. Davisel and Braswell Bey, found a way to get out of 957 and create something new. And what they did was, Braswell Bey is working at the, I think it's at the University of Chicago cafeteria, and he meets this lady with a Bey on her name, finds out that, hold up, you're not a part of the Inc., affectionately known as the Inc. You're not a part of the Inc. You're not a part of us. Who are you a part of? She mentioned David Belial. He want to go meet this David Belial. When he go and meet this David Belial, he endear himself. And if you meet Braswell Bey, you will find out that he's rather charming. But you can't charm me. I don't go that way. I see a man for who he is and not who he want me to see him to be. Anyway, he endear himself to David Belial, gains his trust. David Belial opened up the old boxes that his grandmother had held on to, or his family had held on to for quite some time. And in these boxes, there was a few tattered up charters, a bunch of letters, correspondences, you know what I'm saying? Correspondences, hold up, bro. Correspondences, what else? Oh, you know who they was under 957? Correspondences, through Meliel and all of that, Adat books from Meliel. So all of this stuff, they begin, newspaper articles, they begin to plot on creating a grand body. In order to be recognized as an official grand body in opposition to 957, as well as in opposition of the Kirkman Bey portion. You follow me? So when they open up all of these boxes, they see all of this history. Now, at this point, Belial is not a Supreme Grand Sheik. He's not a Supreme Grand anything. But what they do is they plot to create a line of Supreme Grand Sheiks. Now listen, the reason why they do this is because the only model that they have is a line of lineage from Kirkman Bey, F. Nelson Bey, J. Blakely Bey, R. Love L. So they understand it from the perspective of the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated under the leadership of R. Love L, that they need a line. That's what they think. You know what I mean? They need a line. That's what they think. Because again, remember, the only model that they have is Kirkman Bey, F. Nelson Bey, J. Blakely Bey, R. Lovell. So they think they need to make up a line. You know what I mean? So they begin to make up a line of lineage that connects them to Emeliel and ultimately connect them to the prophet. Because they need that for validation. So they think. And so that's what they do. Now, when they do that, I'm going to show you the line that they created. When they do that, they throw this line together. And the line, 1 second. When they throw this line together, I'm going to pull it up for you in 1 second. Because I want to show you the original lineup when they first put it together. Here we go. So when they throw this line together, it looks something like, 1 second. Give me 1 second. It looks something like, I got you. Stand by. Where my line at? Here it comes. It looks something like this. This line right here is what Belial put up in 2008, right? In 2008, because P. Davidson had passed away in 2007, this was the line that I'm referring to. Now, when you look at this line, one real quick. When you look at this line, right? And I just wanted to mark this real quick. I want you to notice and pay attention closely. When you look at this line, it says, our lineage of Supreme Grand Sheiks. You got to remember this. Our lineage of Supreme, let me get a bigger marker. I need a bigger marker. So y'all can see what I'm talking about. Give me a second. Let me get me a bigger marker. So, let me see, man, where my colors at? There it is. I want to use red because I want y'all to see it real good, and I want it to be thick. Bam. There we go. So look, our lineage, our Supreme Grand Sheiks. If you're not familiar with the Moorish Science Temple of America, I want you to follow me and follow me closely, right? Now, first of all, as I showed you on our questionnaire, the back of the questionnaire, Prophet Noble Drew Ali installed, appointed, consecrated, and the grand body confirmed Emeliel. Now, they claim that the next one was Morris L. We're going to deal with Morris L. All right? Now, they claim that the grand body has been unbroken since the time of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This is their claim. They claiming that it's been unbroken. They can prove it. Braswell Bey even told me that he had minutes of every year. So they say Morris L. Right? Let me bring this to the side real quick. Let me bring this to the side and show you something else. Right? Hold on 1 second. Let me get rid of this whiteboard. And now. So, if that's the case, we starting with Morris L. Y'all with me? if that's the case, right? As we start with Moorish L. Let's start with Moorish L real quick. If that's the case, I want to show you something. If Moorish L, give me 1 second. I'll put my brother Moorish L at. If Moorish L be, I think I got it right here. Give me 1 second. But I put my brother Morris, man. Hold up, let me pull it up. Morris. If this be the case, here we go. All right, praise the Lord. Morris 1. Okay. I don't know why I just couldn't see that. But I'm about to show it to you right now. If this be the case, give me 1 second. When we look at this document right here, this is a flyer for the convention, right? Let me spread it out for you. This is a flyer for the convention of 1933, right? Pay attention to this. This is very important. Notice Emiliel is the Grand Sheik, the Supreme Grand Sheik. Bro Moorish L is the Assistant Grand Sheik. Look right under, look where I got it highlighted. Brother Moorish L is the Assistant Grand Sheik. This is in 1933. Y'all with me? This is old documentation. 1933, Emiliel is the Grand Sheik. Moorish L is the Assistant Grand Sheik. However, Brother C. Kirkman Bey moved on and did his own thing apart from Emiliel. Emiliel passed away between 33 and 34. And as you can see right here, Moorish L is the Grand Sheik of Temple Number 1 under C. Kirkman Bey. Y'all see that? You see that? So now, that kills the theory that there's an unbroken line. But let's say he was replaced. You follow me? See, when Emiliel passed away, Moorish L jumped the fence and went with Kirkman Bey. That kills that lie that there's an unbroken line right there. But we got more. Anybody understand that? Press 1. See, what we're talking about is clearing up, making sure that we're not following lies no more. So when people say they got authority, whether it be Braswell Bey, whether it be Belial, first of all, you got to some explaining to do when you say that you are the prophet's grand body or that you are the original grand body. For the original grand body got broken down at Moorish L. All right? Then we're going to do that. The original grand body got broken down at Moorish L. As you can see, in 33, he's with Kirkman Bey. I mean, Miliel. And here we go with Kirkman Bey. And we know that Kirkman Bey and Emiliel was at odds. We already know that. So we dealt with Moorish L. Let's move on to the next. So this is why they can't lie to you. They can't lie to you no more, family. They can't lie to you no more. Braswell Bey can't use that lie that they the prophet's grand body. Not on the premise that it's an unbroken chain. That premise is out of the water right now. But now, let's go some more. Let's deal with the next. Who was next on that lineup? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Who was next on that lineup? Give me 1 second. Matter of fact, let me close some of this out. Let me close some of this out and just get what I need. Who was next on that lineup? Here we go. Throw this up here. Who was next on that lineup? Here we go. Now, so they say Moorish World from 1934 to 1935. This is, listen to me, this is Braswell Bay lineup right here. Let me show you who Braswell Bay is so y'all don't get caught up in following this crazy stuff either. Now, hold on. This is Braswell Bay's lineup, right? Right here. So as you see, I got Moorish World. He got 1934 to 1935. But then guess what he has? And this is Belial's lineup. So we're gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone. See, when we disprove the one, we disprove them all. All of them get disproven. See, I told y'all stop playing with me. Y'all thought I was just being a clown. But now you got makeup on your face. Now, secondly, Moorish World 1933, 34 to 1935, right? That's what Braswell Bay go off of, telling people he the original grand body. That's what Belial goes off. But let's deal with the next lineup, Walton Bay, 1935 to 1936. Now the question is, who in the world is Walton Bay? We need some help on that one. Because according to y'all cohort, Rasadiel in his lineup, he don't know what Moorish World look like. And in his lineup, he don't even have a Walton Bay. He skips right to Davis L. Listen to me. This is Rasadiel lineup. Emilio, Moorish L, Davis L. Naeem Bey. He just made up a whole crazy lineup that don't even make a bit of sense. They think they need this, though. They think they need this. You see what I'm saying? Brasadiel done made up a whole, let me show you who he is. They think they need this. I'm gonna show you why they don't need this when I get finished. They think they do, though. So Rasadiel says this on his webpage, not mine, on his webpage. Let me show you what he says. On his webpage, Rasadiel says this. A few things to know when seeking a Moorish Science Temple. Right? On his webpage, for the world to see. Let me knock this out real quick. The Grand Sheik of a legitimate Moorish Science Temple of America must be able to trace themselves through a line of succession, starting from Prophet Drew Ali, first appointment of Supreme Grand Sheik Emilio, on to their present head. Y'all see? So they want to compel people to believe that they have that unbroken succession. But this guy is so bold. This guy is so bold that he says they should have verifiable documentation to show each succession, knowing none of them have it. He is so bold, so arrogant. You know what I mean? He's so bold. Thank you to Terrence Parker L. Walton L. Not Bay. Thank you. But he is so bold and so arrogant that he said they should have verifiable documentation to show each succession. You follow me? That's how arrogant these people are. And he doesn't have verifiable documentation. Now, where did they get that from? They got that from being under the Moorish Science Temple of America incorporated or trying to keep up with that. You follow me? Or trying to keep up with that. Now, I think my brother Terrence Parker L said it was Walton L, not Bay. I grabbed this off of the brother website. What's his name? I grabbed this off of Rasadio website. But now let's see. You say L, not Bay. Let's see what Bailey L says. Maybe they got two different names. Yep. Here we go. Look at, thank you, Terrence Parker. What's yours? Parker L. So Bailey L. Thank you, Terrence Parker L. Bailey L say it's Walton Bay. This gets better. Bailey L says Walton Bay. You say it's Walton L. Bailey L says Walton Bay. This is Bailey L's signature on here, not mine. There it go right there. Bailey L says Walton Bay. Moorish L, Walton Bay. So, but anyway, let's keep it moving. But no one knows who Walton Bay is. That's what I got to say about that. No one knows who Walton Bay is. No one. No picture. But you're going to find out as we go how this really unfolds. But no one knows who that is. No one knows who that is. The stuff is made up to compel people to follow. To compel people to follow them. They made this up. And I'm going to show you when they made it up. I'm going to show you when they made it up. See, it gets good. It gets good. You want to question some authority? Let's question your authority. Now, the next one on the list, matter of fact, I should have kept that up. The next one on the list is Harlan Bay. Now, you know how they got Harlan Bay. And matter of fact, I like the other list better. Let me pull up the other list. I like that other list better. The other list is because it's the same thing. Braswell Bay and Bailey L, they hooked it up together. So it's the same thing. Only one thing changes is Braswell Bay is at the end of this one and Bailey L is at the end of the other. So we got Harlan Bay from 1936 to 1944. Oh, how did they come up with that? How did they come up with that? Let me show you how they came up with that. The way they came up with that is very simple. They came up with that from this 1936 convention flyer. They hooked it up. They went through them boxes with David Bailey L and looked at this convention flyer. But listen to me, family. I want you to pay close attention. If you look to the bottom right-hand corner, at the end of this convention flyer, it says, Noble Drew Ali founder, Brother Emil Supreme Grand Sheik. If you look at the date on this flyer, this is 1936. This is a 1936 convention flyer. Emil passed away in 1933-34. I'm not sure the exact date, but you know what I mean? Some people say 33, some people say 34. I even heard 35. But that's not the point. This is a 1936 flyer for the convention. But Emil is listed as the Supreme Grand Sheik. Why is that? Why is that? I'm going to tell you why. Because Sister Delia Emil, wife, is the one that organized this convention. And she said that no one will be a Supreme Grand Sheik after Emil. He will be the only Supreme Grand Sheik, the one that the Prophet chose. So what she did was, forget all the arguing, forget all the fussing. She put Emil on this 1936 flyer. She did that. Emil had already passed away. Now, We're talking about a Supreme Grand Sheik. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about a line that never been broken. But here we go again. In 1936, Emiliel is listed as the Supreme Grand Sheik. But how can that be? Emiliel is already transitioned 2 years prior. The line that you claim is broken. Family, do y'all follow me so far? Braswell Bay, Belial, this line that they made up is not adding up. Press 1 if you follow me. Press 2 if you're confused. And then I will review some things if you press 2. The point that I'm making is that they're claiming that this lineage is what validates them of being the real deal. But I'm showing you that this lineage that they made up is false. It's a lie. So you cannot have a divine movement with a lie. It just doesn't work that way. Praise the Lord. Blackston Bay, what question do you have so I can help you out? What question do you have so I can help you out, Brother Blackston Bay? What question? Can you write your question in real quick so I can help you out? What question do you have? I'm going to keep it going until you ask your question. Now, so number 1, let me move this out the way. So number 1, Moorish World leaves and goes with Kirkman Bay 33-34. That destroys the line right there. Then we got Emiliel listed as the Supreme Grand Sheik in 35. But on this, we got Walton Bay. You follow me? But now, we got to get to Harlan Bay. Somebody say Harlan Bay never. Yeah, Harlan Bay was, but never a Supreme Grand Sheik. Let me share it with you. Where did they get Harlan Bay from? The same flyer. I got the receipts. I do the research. You follow me? So when you go, my bad, not right there. I do the research. Give me 1 second. I got you. Hold on. Let me get you right. I'm opening up another window so we can get it to flow right. I'm opening up another window so we can get it to flow right. You follow me? Trying to get it to flow right. Hold up, where my camera at? There we go. Let me get it to flow right. I just want to get it to flow right. Y'all with me? I just want it to flow right. That's it. All right? So now, where do they get Harlan Bay from? Where does that come from? I think this is it right here. No, that ain't it. Hold up. Let me get you Harlan Bay. Let me get you right. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to show you where they get Harlan Bay from. Anyway, they got Harlan Bay from a flyer. The same 1936 flyer. And I'm going to find it for you in a minute. I think this might be it right here. Is that it? If it's not it, I'm going to go and dig it up for you. You follow me? Because they got Harlan Bay from the same 1936 flyer. But I need you to see what it says. You follow me? I need you to see what it says. So hold on. Let me pull it up. Man, I hope it don't drag too much. You know what I mean? I hope it don't drag too much. No, like, I want to say, man, it's not nothing to try to put the prophet movement back together, but it's very That's what you should do. But the problem is when you lie about it. You follow me? That's the problem. Like, you cannot get something holy and divine out of a lie. I keep telling people that. I keep telling people that. Where is the real Moorish? Shalom, family. I'm going to pull this up for you because I need y'all to see that. I thought I had it. Oh, this is it right here. I got it right here. Hold up. Here we go. Let it open up, family. Yeah, here we go. We're going to open him up because I want to show you about. I hope I don't get no drag because I opened up too many things on my computer. You know what I mean? And it might give me some drag. But hopefully it don't give me no drag. Stand by. It's opening right now. But I definitely got to show you. So people say, where is the real Moorish national and divine movement, whatever they say? Family, we got to build it. That's just what it is. I mean, it's that simple. It's not rocket science. We have to get with somebody who understand how this movement is put together, and you got to be willing to work, and you got to be ready to help put it together. Other than that, you know, I mean, you can't, because you can't follow a lie. Now, if all of this I'm showing you is a lie, there must be an alternative. You follow what I'm saying? There must be an alternative. And I'm going to show you the alternative. But there got to be an alternative if all of this is a lie. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lie. It's a flat out lie. But there is an alternative. I'm pulling it up right now. Give me a second. Let me drop this down real low. Come on, get it to me. All right, here we go. Now I want to show you exactly where they got Harlan Bey from. I'm looking for the file right now, and it's going to come up in a minute. I hope. Where you at, Harlan Bey? Hold up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find him. All right, here we go. Give me a second. I'm going to breeze through it. Because this is important that you see this. It's very important that you see this. I ain't going to front. It's very important. It's very important that you see this. So stand by. And let me just find it real quick. I thought I had it ready. You know what I mean? But maybe I didn't. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. Nah, that's DMX. But here it come, family. I'm going to get it. I'm looking for one thing that is very critical. And I had it all laid out. Hold up. Okay, here we go. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Hold up. I think that's it right there. Is that it? Hold up. 3rd. Okay. It's coming, family. It's coming. Oh, yeah. It's coming. It's coming. 33. Because I got every convention flyer. Oh, yeah, it's coming. 33. There it is. Bam. Now let me save it real quick. Here we go. You hit? Desktop. Where my folder at? Let me see. I'm just going to put it right there real quick just so you can get it real fast. Okay. Here you go. Hopefully I ain't got a lot of drag, but if it do, I'll change it in a minute. But here it is. The reason why, this is how they got Harlan Bey. Let me twist it real quick. I need to spin it for you real quick. Let me twist it for you real quick. Give me 1 second. There it is. Here we go. This is how they got Harlan Bey. Right here. When you look right here, Notice on this document right here. Notice on this document right here. You don't see a Supreme Grand Sheik. You follow me? But how do you know? I got you, King Kamal. But how do you know that Harlan Bey is the head? Well, if you look under the first line where it says Tuesday, September the 15th, and this is 1936, you will see address by Bro W. Harlan Bey, song. Then it's a presentation of the permanent chairman, Brother W. Harlan Bey. Harlan Bey was installed by Sister Delia Miliel. You follow me? Now, you don't see Supreme Grand Sheik on his name. Why? Say it with me now. Because Sister Delia Miliel said there will be no Supreme Grand Sheik after E. Miliel. So guess what title he carried? Chairman. Y'all follow me? He carries the title chairman per Sister Delia Miliel. Again, you follow me? And now they are talking that he is the what? Let me run it back to you. They are saying that he is the Grand Sheik from 36 to 1944. The Supreme Grand Sheik at that. Got him again. He was not a Supreme Grand Sheik. Say it with me, y'all. Braswell Bey, this comes off your website. You're lying. You're lying. And because you're lying, you cannot benefit from this divine movement. This is why there is so much stagnation, because there's too many lies, too much corruption. You follow me? Now we done went down the line. We done disqualified Morrisell. We done disqualified Walton Bey. We just qualified but disqualified Walton Bey as a Supreme Grand Sheik. Matter of fact, let me show you something. The bad part about it, hold on. The bad part about it is, when you, one second. The bad part about it is this. When you read this affidavit, it's coming up in a second. Listen to this. This is your leader. When you read this affidavit that was filed with this line in genealogy, it says, I, Brother David Belial, Supreme Grand Sheik of the Moorish Temple of America, a religious corporation, filed for the record for the Cook County Recorded Deeds, August 1st, 1928. So he's trying to connect himself to the prophet. Do solemnly swear and affirm. He swear and affirm that at a meeting of the Grand Body of the Moorish Temple of America held in Glendale Heights, Illinois, in the county of Cook, in the state of Illinois, for the purpose of appointing and reaffirming the following purpose as Sheik's trustees, executive rulers of the Moorish Temple of America, according to the rules and usage of the Moorish Temple of America, Brother D. Belial, Quan Pitts, B. Bro R. Molinel, Bro Shallow Shaidel, Bro Jacob Muhammad Bey, Brother T. King Bey, Bro L.B. Darlingel, Bro Malik Anwar Muel, and Sister C. Molinel. We affirm that the Moorish Temple of America derives its power and authority from the great Quran of Muhammad to propagate the faith and the learning and extend the great learning of the great Prophet Ali in America. And that we are to appoint, anoint, and consecrate. You get it. But all the way at the end, it says, we also reaffirm, the key is, we reaffirm, let me take this out real quick. All right, I need to drop that out so it won't glitch. I got you. I'm going to shut some stuff down. So we can get it right. All right. It should get right in a second. We also reaffirm, listen. We also reaffirm, look at the second or the third line to the end. We also reaffirm our lineage to validate that we are the Moorish Science Temple of America. Y'all see this? We also reaffirm our lineage to validate that we are the Moorish Science Temple of America. So Braswell Bey, Belial, Rasadiel are faking, saying that, they done split up now, but it's all in the same pot. They saying that their lineage validates them being the Moorish Science Temple of America. They put it on the record in the county of Cook. A flat out lie. A flat out lie. Y'all see it? A flat out lie. But this is a holy and divine movement? That's what you're telling me? A flat out lie. Again, they thought that they had to. They thought that they had to create this line. Why? Because they come from a school of thought. C. Kirkman Bey, F. Nelson Bey, J. Blakely Bey. They thought that they had to do that. They didn't have to do that. But since we here, let's deal with it. Braswell Bey, flat out lie. Belial, flat out lie. Now, Braswell Bey is so slick that he's going to blame Belial. But I'm telling you right now, in reality, they all hooked it up. They hooked it up together. They hooked it up together with this grand scheme that they are going to convince people that they are the real Moorish Science Temple of America that the prophet left behind. That's what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? But wrong move. Now, who do we got up next? Let's see who we got up next. 1 second. Let's see who we got up next. Next, that went to Harlan Bey. Harlan Bey. Let's pull this up. Who we got up next? After Harlan Bey, we have O. Lewis L. Now, O. Lewis L. is supposed to be the one that appointed David Belial. We getting close, family. We getting close. We getting close, family. We at O. Lewis L. O. Lewis L. is supposedly the one who brought in David Belial as a sheik or chairman or whatever. Now, I want y'all to listen to me and listen to me clear. Braswell Bey and his camp would say, Brother TARHARKA Bey, you don't have no authority. That's what he would say. But Brother TARHARKA Bey would say, I don't believe in your school of thought. You know, I don't believe in your school of thought. I believe that the third and fourth generation is going to come together and look at the model and put it back together, and then we're going to go through the stratosphere because we're going to do it in purity and love. I don't believe in your thought because you made it up. I don't believe in your thought. I don't believe in your lie, and I can't follow it. If everybody else want to follow it, by all means, handle your business. I can't follow a lie in good conscience. That's just not something I can do. You know, and even when you're talking about the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated, they date themselves back to the prophet, but their first convention was in 1934 or 33. So, and they leave out Emeliel. I cannot follow anything with a good conscience. I cannot follow a lie knowingly. If Prophet Noble Drew Ali and E. Miliel was appointed and he had conventions all the way up to the time that he passed form, to the time that he died, then how can Kirkman Bey claim to be tracing straight back to the Prophet because of some credentials that wasn't even reaffirmed or confirmed in 1929? But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. We're dealing with this story right now. But now, where do we find O. Lewis L? The only place we can find O. Lewis L is on this letter right here. Now, this letter is the only letter that we have to look at and supposedly to confirm Brother David Baliel. But now, let's take a look at it. First of all, this letter is supposed to be his appointment letter. His letter is supposed to be his appointment letter. Now, again, I disqualified. If anybody just coming in, you need to go back and rewind. I see the sister with the mad face, but you got to be mad because you fell for the okie doke. You see, you've been hustled. I just gonna wake you up. They lied to you. They lied to you, and I've been telling you this for a long time. I've been telling y'all this for a long time. Y'all thought I was just sitting around here hooping and hollering, jumping and dancing. I've been telling y'all this for a long time. I mean, now, this letter here is supposed to confirm that Brother David Baliel is a Supreme Grand Sheik. Hold up, wait a minute. Let's read it. Let's read it. I broke it down for you so we can stretch it out and read it. It says, this is to certify that we, the grand body of the Moorish Science Temple of America, #1, did on the 15th day of September 1961 appoint Brother David Baliel, Sheik Assistant Chairman, to the station of acting permanent chairman. But listen to what it says right after that. He has been and still is fulfilling this station. So he was fulfilling the station without the appointment. But it's because it says he has been and still fulfilling this station. Teaching love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice to the grand body and a group of young Muslims so they will become better citizens and obey the laws of the government in which they live and obey the ordinance of Allah. Now look at the signatures. You got Noble Drew Ali, founder, Brother E. Miliel. Then you got Bro O. Lewis L. Again, you see the thing, chairman. You don't see a Supreme Grand Sheik. But at the top of this letterhead, E. Miliel. They're using an E. Miliel letterhead in 1962, supposedly. Supposedly. 1962. Why are they using E. Miliel letterhead 30 years later? Because they think that that would validate them. They think that when we see the letterhead, that would qualify them as being legitimate. Because 3716 Prairie Avenue, there is no more sign simple there. So they write in something 613 South Langley Avenue. Why not just create another letterhead? Why are you using Emilio's letterhead? Because you think that will give you some credibility. That's what you think. You really think that you're going to get some credibility and people will see that and say, yeah, they legit. You feel me? That's just what that is. How do I know that? Because, let me show you something real quick. Show you something real quick. Hold up. Give me 1 second. Here we go. I think I just threw it up in here. Give me 1 second. They think it's going to give them some credibility. That's why they use it. Because check this out. Give me 1 second. Y'all see that? See what I just put up here? Y'all see that piece of paper that I just put up here? You know what that is? You know what that is? Oh, let me spin this around for you. You see that? See what I got here? Oh man, it keeps spinning on me. Hold up. Let me get it straight up for you. Let me get it straight up for you. You see what I got here? I have the exact same letterhead. I have the exact same one that I did some research and have a blank one. Why is it a blank one floating around? You see? You see? They think that using Emilio's letterhead will give them some credibility. 30 years later, you are still using Emilio's letterhead? 30 years later? This letterhead says that. And see, this letterhead is just like the Prophet Noble Drew Ali designed them. Even on the nationality card, it's always 3 numbers and 1 slot to write the number in. If you are a Supreme Grand Sheik, just like Emilio has his own letterhead, why don't you? Why don't you? The Prophet had his own letterhead. Huh? Why don't you? Because you want to fake people out. You want to try to act as if that you have some authority. You want to try to act as if that this validates you. Because as you can see, that's Emilio letterhead. Now, a step further. Y'all like this? Y'all got a thumbs up on this? Yeah, and they write in Prophet Noble Drew Ali's signature. You know what I mean? But now, again, Emilio letterhead. You follow me? So it doesn't make sense, family. It doesn't make sense. Prophet had his letterhead. Emilio had his letterhead. They even recreate the letterheads. You follow me? So we're going to take that down real quick. And we're going to keep it moving. So now, that's the only thing that we have on Harlan Bay. That's the only thing that we have on O. Louis L. That's the only thing we have. Now, let's get to David Baliel because we got to him. But let's get to David Baliel. Now, when we're talking about authority, here I come, family. When we're talking about authority, we need to be clear. Give me 1 second. When you say that no one has authority and that you have authority, what exactly are you saying? You're saying, according to you, not according to me, according to you, that you are a direct line descended from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, grand body, unbroken chain. That's what you're saying. And that's what you told us. And you've been telling us this lie for years. But see, Brother TARHARKA BEY, I can't live for a lie. I mean, that's just like me believing Jesus is coming back. I mean, I'm like, man, they've been saying this for 2,000 years, that he coming back. I need to see this Jesus, especially that European one. I mean, if the European Jesus coming back, he need to get busy and come on, because we've been waiting way too long. You know what I mean? But Jesus, that European Jesus ain't coming back that they done made up. And neither is this lie that has been made up going to be anything worth fighting for. So you cannot, listen to me, family. You cannot build a holy and divine movement founded on corruption and a lie. You follow me? You cannot build a holy and divine movement founded on corruption and a lie. It just doesn't work. You follow me? Do y'all understand that? Do y'all understand that? That all of this corruption and all of these lies, you cannot get a divine plan out the ages out of that. First thing you're going to have to do is reconcile the lie. And then you can move forward. See, in my view, from my research, I don't think the prophet intended. I don't think the prophet intended for you to create a line and this line be continual. I don't believe that. I believe and have confidence and faith from my research that when the prophet divine ministry closed in 1928, when he wrapped that flag around that sister, that little child, that little girl, and locked that flag around that little boy, and he said, "This day I have made you a nation," that was the close of his divine ministry. All right? And at the close of his divine ministry, from 1928 at that time, and you go back to 1925, that is the model that we use to build this organization. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali prophecy is in the moves. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali prophecy is in every step that he made. He said, "I brought you everything to save a nation. Now take it and save yourself." So in other words, he gave you the model, but you must build it. And it can't be built on a lie. You know what I mean? It just can't be built on a lie. Now, with that being said, we at Belial. Now, when we look at our brother Emeliel, how was he put into office? How did it happen? Anybody know? Anybody? Everybody. How was he put in office? If you don't know, Emeliel was appointed by the prophet and he was confirmed by the grand body. At the 1928 convention, he was put in by the prophet and confirmed by the grand body as the Supreme Grand Sheik of the Supreme Grand Council. Right? So, if that being the case, how do a Supreme Grand Sheik become installed? Well, according to them, not me, they say they follow the prophet. So a Supreme Grand Sheik without a broken line, you got to have two things. Are y'all still listening to me or y'all arguing? I want y'all to pay attention. In order for a Supreme Grand Sheik to be installed as a leader, number one, the prophet appointed the Supreme Grand Sheik at the convention, Emeliel. Number two, it was confirmed by the grand body at the 1928 convention. Now, if you want us to believe that this line is real, one of the things you're going to have to do, you're going to have to do this. I know you can't prove it's real, Braswell Bay. I know you can't prove it's real, Brother Dandreville. That's Belial replacement. You can't prove it's real. But let me tell you what you have to do. Let me just give you a little bit, a little hint of what you have to do to prove that it's real. Now, one of the things that you have to do is show the appointment of Emeliel at a convention and confirmed by the grand body. That's number one. Not only that, you have to show the same action taking place with Walton Bay. There have to be a convention, they have to be appointed, and they have to be confirmed by the grand body. Where are the minutes from this convention of Walton Bay? You follow me? Matter of fact, let me get the other one. I like the other. Okay, no, that's all right. Then we need the convention from Harlan Bay. Because you said that this is a lineage unbroken. Then we need the appointment from O. Lewis L. And we need the convention. Because you said it. I didn't say this. I didn't say this. You said this. That you are the real prophet's grand body. You know what I mean? I said this. That you need to show me this. Now. Okay. Now. You can never show me that. So your position is in the balance. But now, we had our brother D. Belial, where somebody say, Belial, he didn't give you authority. That's what they say. Belial didn't give you authority. I don't believe in that. You can't hold me to a standard that I don't believe. I don't believe in that fake line. Stop playing with me. I don't believe in lies. I don't believe in fairy tales. I don't believe in fairy tales. I believe we're supposed to put this prophet movement back together. That's what I believe. I have faith in that. Because everything else is corrupted or been a lie. So the only alternative is one coming in, seeing, hearing, and knowing, and put it together properly. But they got to see, and they got to hear, and they got to know. They have to know the political structure. They must know the economic structure. They must know the spiritual structure. They must know the national and divine structure. You follow me? Man, shout out to a Mexamore Indigenous Nolans. Peace, family. Appreciate that. Brother gave $50 donation. Woo! Brother, we going to get a lot of paint brushes and paint with that. But honor to you, brother. I appreciate you. We actually doing the work. And it will go towards a good cause. It definitely will go towards a good cause. Salute, brother. And I wish many others would salute if they can afford it to support what we doing here. You know, even putting together these slides right here take 3 hours out of my family. You know what I mean? I tell Sister Robin I need to take 2 hours to put these slides together for the night. Then I get something together and I come back. I say I need about another hour. So it always takes time. Time is money. Y'all know what it is. But I love my people and I desire them to know the truth and the divine truth, so they can make a divine decision. You follow me? But so now let's get to Belial. The only thing that Belial has to show that he is a Supreme Grand Sheik is these signatures that are very suspect on Emeliel's letterhead calling him a chairman. Now, calling him a chairman. You follow me? Now, if we are talking about a Supreme Grand Sheik, we're talking about the head of a nation. You telling me that this is sufficient? That this is sufficient as a legitimate appointment letter of a Supreme Grand Sheik? And you telling me that there is no broken line? You really think that's sufficient? But now, it was said that Dan Javale, he's peeking at my paperwork as if I forged Belial's signature on my on my warrant of authority. I got divine minister papers from Belial. I got a warrant of authority, 2 of them from Belial. I got multiple papers from Belial. Why can't Belial show us his divine minister paper? Why can't we see his appointment letter? Why can't we see his appointment to Supreme Grand Sheik, as well as Braswell Bay? See, we're talking about salvation here. We're talking about people are following you because they believe that you are connected to the prophet because you have an unbroken lineage. Because you have an unbroken lineage. But that's not so. Now, brother say he thought P. Davis L. made Belial. No, that can't be so. Because why? Belial claimed right here that he was the Grand Sheik or Supreme Grand Sheik from Harlan Bay. Louis L. from 68 to 92. So P. Davis L. could not make Belial. In fact, in 1992 is when they sit down and created this lie. See, when you look on here, Brother D. Belial is from 68 to 92. Now, family, from 1968 to 1992, do you know that there is no temple in Chicago representing temple number 1? Did you know that? From 68 to 92. And then from 2005 to 2019, 2005, let me do the math on this. I got to do the math on this. Let me do the math. From 1968, anybody do the math? How many years is that? 1960. I know we got some mathematicians here. My man, G Jackson L. Appreciate you, family. I got to do some math. 1968. No, brother. They put him as the Grand Governor. I'm going to show you that in a minute. From 1968 to 1992. That's 24 years. That's 24 years from 1968 to 92. This is the list of Supreme Grand Sheiks right here, bro. This ain't the Grand Governor list. Shout out to my brother D. Jackson L. All the way to the west. My man. More love got me. 34 years. Family. Out of 34 years, do you know, and I'm not beating down my brother. Out of 34 years, 24 years, okay, and then we got, that's 24, brother, but then we got from 2005, let me make sure it's right, 2005, hold up. Let me look at this affidavit. 2008 to 2019. That's another 11 years. So that's 36 years in leadership. Do you know that there is no building under Brother David Belial called Temple Number 1? Do anybody know that? 36 years. Claiming to be the prophet's grand body. 36 years. There is no temple under D. Belial to walk in and say, I am in the Moorish Science Temple of America, brick and mortar here in Chicago. Do anybody know that? See, y'all think I'm getting on the old brother. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to give y'all the truth, family. Somebody got to do it. See, when you claim to be the prophet's grand body, come on now. Come on, man. Come on, man. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to tell you the truth. Because the next generation can't go into this believing that somebody holds the Holy Grail by saying that they have a connection to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. They're going to have to change that stuff. Braswell Bay is the same way. They have their conventions in hotels. Braswell Bay is no different. They have their convention in hotels. Now we can get to the point where as though that is sufficient, but for 30-some years? For 36 years? That's official? And I'm supposed to stay with that? I'm supposed to stay with that when I know better. I know it's a lie. I know it ain't evolving. I know it's not going in the ways of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm supposed to stay with that. That's what you're telling me. I know what the movement look like. I mean, I know what the movement look like. I did enough research. Like this research right here is nothing. I researched the whole movement. I researched the whole movement. I know what the political look like. I know what the what you want to call civics. I know what the civics look like. I know what every position in the temple supposed to be. I know how to live out every position in the temple. You know what I mean? Nothing can be made from a lie. You cannot make a great divine movement from a lie. It just doesn't work. Now, let's get straight to it. Y'all ready? Now, if it be true that Brother David Belial is official as an organization, we need to know one thing, right? If you date yourself back to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, y'all follow me? I got so much more I could tell y'all, but I think y'all get the point. If you date yourself back to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, right? And you are the Supreme Grand Sheik from 1960. With 1960 what? Move this down. Y'all see what I got right there? You are the Supreme Grand Sheik from 1960. 24 years. We got a question for you. Where is your 1960 charter? Because this charter here is not from 1960. This ain't from 1960. And where is the charter from the one who appointed you? So if you ask me why my signature is on a charter, why are yours on one? Huh? I think this charter says, I might be wrong, but I think it's the 20th of September, 2011. Where are these original charters? This is an unbroken line. Everything is passed down. Family, anything more than this would be bloodshed. I got a whole bunch of more. But what I'm telling you is that line demonstration has been made up. Let me make sure everybody is on point. Give me 1 second. That line demonstration has been made up. You follow me? Do anybody have any questions? Are we clear? Are we clear? In my Taj Tariq voice, are we clear? So the next time somebody asks me about my authority or say TARHARKA BEY ain't got no authority, I want all y'all to ask them, who gave you authority? Who gave you authority? Because the line that you created is false and a lie. It's false and a lie. You made it up. You made it up on the living room floor. You know who made it up on the living room floor? They came and hunt Belial down. These two here. I know y'all love P. Davis L, but the evidence show that they came and hunt Belial down for the express purpose to use Belial to create a grand body. They used Belial to create a grand body. They came in and pushed Belial to grand governor. These two was fighting over the Supreme Grand Sheik position. P. Davis L was more of a diplomat. He won. But Braswell Bey could not wait till P. Davis L get out of here so he can be the man. But then Braswell Bey get charged with embezzlement. He get charged with embezzlement under the leadership of himself. He was taking the finance. People had problems with it. He wasn't building nothing. People had problems with it. So they charged him with embezzlement. Now, he tried to say he charged Belial. None of the charges mean anything for real because it's all fake. It don't mean anything for real because it's all fake. You know what I'm saying? But the point that I'm making is it's so fake that right here in a letter from P. Davis L, he writes, the Supreme Grand Council is identical to the term grand body. Anybody that's been around for more than a day or two know that the Supreme Grand Council is different than the grand body. But this is supposed to be the Prophet's grand body. In 1995, they were still trying to figure out the difference between the grand body and the Supreme Grand Council. So, I got it highlighted. P. Davis L, right? Supreme Grand Council is identical to the term grand body. As we determined this based on the fact there is still much confusion surrounding it, and to ensure that no outside interference will hinder our future growth and development, as it was established by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The grand body and the Supreme Grand Council is not the same. And then in number 5, he said, as I previously said, since the overthrowing of the first Supreme Grand Council, he admits that the council was overthrown. Stop right there. Now, family, I'm trying to tell y'all, they can't get away from this. They can't get away from this. This is raw. This is raw truth. This is raw truth. Even right here, P. Davis L. states in his letter, now as you also know full well that these problems developed many years ago following the overthrow. Now, if these letters are legit or not, which they're supposed to be, Rasadiel leaked them. But if Rasadiel leaked them, he was a part of this whole pack anyway. He was part of this whole pack anyway. So he will have an inside knowledge to even create it if it's a fake letter or if it's legitimate. He was a part of this whole scheme. And as you also know full well that these problems developed many years ago following the overthrow of the Prophet's central authority. They admit that there was an overthrow. You see, now, when Sister D. merely ill abandoned her husband, that's a lie. That's a lie. She never abandoned her husband. Anyway, Brother Emeliel and she and the family took undue charge of the grand body. They learned that from the C. Kirkman Bayside. As you know, that I am the very first real Supreme Grand Sheik since the time of Bro William Moorish L. Another wrong. Another wrong. Moorish L was never a Supreme Grand Sheik. And if it was for such short amount of time because Emeliel passed for him. He stepped in, but then he stepped right out and then moved over with Kirkman Bey. And as you and all others have agreed not to reveal this fact, there it is. There it is. And as you and all the others have agreed not to reveal this fact. P. Davis L., Braswell Bey, Rasadiel, and Bailey L. came up with the plan to create this fictitious line and call it a grand body. That's the moral of the story, family. That's the moral of the story. That's the moral of the story. So, family, let me tell you where I'm at with this. Where I'm at with this is that we're supposed to be building the Prophet's grand body. You know what I mean? We are supposed to be building the Prophet's grand body. In other words, we are supposed to look at the model that the Prophet left us behind, and we are supposed to look at it, examine it, and execute it by putting it on the ground. We must do it in love. We must do it in truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and then everyone will come and join what we will be known as the Prophet's grand body, because it won't be founded on a lie. The prophets say it would be the third, fourth generation coming in, seeing and hearing with their eyes open. And nobody can try to steal that. He's talking about coming in the temple. Coming in the temple. And in this sense, because it's so much stuff going on, we coming in the temple ideal. Man ideal is his God. And as man unfold, his God unfold. So we must come into the temple ideal with our eyes open, seeing and hearing. And then we must come together collectively and be honest with ourselves and put the pieces together in unity and love, or there will be no benefits for joining the Moorish Science Temple of America. Many people want to say, what have the Moors done? What has the Moor done? Family, I'm telling you that there will be no benefits in joining the Moorish Science Temple of America if we continue to embrace and support and perpetuate lies. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet. And if the prophet ain't right, the temple ain't right. In other words, if you represent the prophet Noble Drew Ali, if you ain't right, your temple ain't right. And things ain't been right in quite some time. So that's why we say, join the noble temples. That's right. Join the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Noble Temples. And we're going to put this together as we've already started the journey. We've already started the journey. All you got to do, if you're ready, all you got to do is come and join. You got to make a contribution now. You ain't gonna come around there ain't talking about you don't know what to do. Now you gotta have a little bit of talent now, because it takes talent to build a nation. You know, I mean, even if you wanna go in and get your lessons right, that's cool too. But you gotta make a contribution. I mean, you gotta make a contribution, because we're gonna build the prophet movement the same way the prophet designed it to be built. That's it. And we're not asking for permission. So all of that authority stuff, you can throw that out the window. All that authority stuff, you can throw that out the window. That don't mean nothing. Not what you talking, because it's on a lie. It's on a lie. What else I got here? All that authority stuff that you're talking is founded on a lie. And I want to read one thing from the prophet before I close out. Let me read one thing from the prophet before I close out. Because I think y'all got it now. I think y'all got it now. This is how, look, this is what I wanted to show earlier. I didn't get to it. This was the bait and switch right here, where they retired Baliel in 92, and they put in P. Davis L. How do you go from being a Supreme Grand Sheik, supposedly, which is not true, from 1968, right, to October 92. But then somebody show up in 92 and now you retire that fast. But the funny part is this. The funny part is that you are a Supreme Grand Sheik according to this, and even according to your own paperwork, according to your website, right? Let me move this over real quick. Hold up. You the Supreme Grand Sheik according to what y'all say, from 1968, right? November 1968. You follow me? But this is your supposedly appointment letter that verified your status of Supreme Grand Sheik. That's what we were told. That this was your letter to verify you as Supreme Grand Sheik. But the date on this and your appointment is September the 15th, 1961. But on this lineup, it says November 1968. Maybe y'all didn't catch that. Maybe I got to catch that for y'all. Family. Matter of fact, let me put up a whiteboard real quick. Now, I don't have to explain this. Maybe you have to explain it, not me. I want to see if y'all catch this real quick. Let me throw up a whiteboard and show you what I'm talking about. Now, here we go, family. I want y'all to follow me on this. All right? follow me. And I'm going to ask you to press 1 if you follow me. Now, right here, I did appoint Belial. I did on the 15th day of September. Appoint 1961, appoint D. Belial. Yet, his tenure, according to this, is November 1968. Even this says 1962. Are y'all catching all this? This is what we were told, that this is his appointment letter, and this what qualifies him as Supreme Grand Sheik, although it don't say Supreme Grand Sheik on it, but this is the appointment letter. Press 1 if you follow me on this. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? This is a holy and divine what? The prophet never intended for this. Never. And now you had Dan Javale doing everything he could to inherit this lie. It doesn't make sense. This ain't going nowhere. This ain't going nowhere. This is why TARHARKA BEY is moving as the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Noble Temples. Because this ain't going nowhere. I'm not following no lie to hell. Ain't going nowhere. Braswell Bay ain't going nowhere. Not according to the prophet. Not according to the prophet. And that's just what it is, family. I could go on and on and on, but it's 11:30 and more, family. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me get up out of here. Any more would definitely be, it'd be overdue. I mean, it'd be overkill, if you will. You follow me? Give me 1 second. Let me get back on real quick. Anything more would be overkill. Don't y'all agree? Do y'all agree that anything more would be overkill? Let me get see something. We get all this. I'm trying to bring my camera back up real quick. So this is a lie, family. Pure D lie. You know what I mean? Pure D lie. Let me bring my camera back up real quick. Then I'm going to get out of here. Islam. So family, I just want to say that I'm going to get out of here right now. I got over 20 to 30 more slides, and I just had to stop putting slides together. You know what I mean? Now, do y'all agree that any more would be overkill? Huh? It's a lie. So what's the alternative? We don't want to smash something and not talk about the alternative. The alternative is that we must build it. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, I bought you everything you need to save a nation. Now take it and save yourself. That's like saying, let me interpret. I give you all the things you need to build a house, but you must build it. You must build it. But you can't take something outside of what he gave you. You can't take something outside of what he gave you. Because the moment that you take something outside of what he gave you, it's not holy and divine no more. It's just not. You can't make up fresh new titles. You can't, because we haven't repeated or duplicated the essence of what he laid down to begin with. If Jesus came to be a pattern for the sons of men, that means we have to pattern ourselves exactly after Jesus. If Jesus unfolded to God in the flesh, to flesh divine, as it says in our Quran. If Jesus unfolded into flesh divine, in order for us to unfold into flesh divine, we must see the particulars that Jesus demonstrated. We must demonstrate it, execute it, and then we have a chance to unfold into flesh divine. The same thing lies with the Prophet Noble Ali. He gave us a pattern. He came as a pattern for the sons of man. He told you that. So from 1925, the divine ministry, to 1928 is a pattern. Is a pattern. So those that understand what took place between 25 and 28, they must come together and they must brick and mortar build it on every front. The political, civics, the religious corporation, economics, the religious society, body politic, on every front. A piece of paper ain't good enough today. I told my elders about 5 years ago, Brother Edwards and all my elders, I told them that it's going to come a time that ain't nobody going to care about no paperwork. They going to care about work. And now I see that we must put the work in and bring the Prophet movement to the state that it was at the closing of his divine ministry. That's what it is. And that's what we're doing. So as we do this, just leave me alone. Let me do what I do. And for all those, I don't think they should denounce their leadership. I think they should ask their leadership, can we readdress and correct this error so we can get back on the path? That's what I think. I think they need to compel. Somebody says, should they denounce their leadership? Now, I think they should first try to compel their leadership to be honest. To be honest. Because if you can't be honest, I show you all the evidence. If you can't be honest, then you can't be trusted. You can't be trusted. You're definitely not going to be holy in divine movement. Now everybody going to see this. So all you have to do is talk to your leadership. But trust me, this lie runs so deep that they not going to change. And if many people say to me, well, brother, why don't you say nothing to R. Jones Bay and Moorish Temple of America Incorporated? I'm going to tell you the fact of the matter. I speak on the historical aspect, as I mentioned Kirkman Bay and whatever. But every time that somebody from the Moorish Temple of America Incorporated come at me sideways, I make a phone call and say, man, get your peoples. They're out of order. And guess what happened? Because, man, listen, what you eat don't make me poop. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. Salvation is personal at the end of the day. I mean, salvation is personal. What you eat don't make me poop. So if you want to live in that world, by all means, enjoy yourself. But don't come and impede on my world because you have some concept that your world supersedes my world. I ain't bothering you and your world. I ain't bothering you and your world. So don't bother me in mine. The only reason I'm saying something about Belial and the Moors over there, because they bothered me in my world. Braswell Bay bothered me in my world. Rasadiel bothered me in my world. I'm only responding. I don't get that problem from brothers and sisters over there at the Moorish Temple of America Incorporated. We get one rogue one here and there. But the moment that I make a call to one of the Sheiks over there, I don't have no issue. They make a call to another sheik. That's it. But you got the Braswell Bay people, man, they try to gang up on you and talk crazy, and they be young guys. They don't know the history. They don't have no documentation. They just blind followers. Talk about they got some authority like you like 22 years old, fighting for a fight that you don't even know nothing about. Like, sit down and learn something. Like, sit down and learn something. But, so if people wonder why, oh, you ain't focused on that, because nobody comes at me from there. Nobody, they respect what I'm doing. I respect what they doing, and there's a mutual respect right there. I'm keeping it moving. But now, I know they probably get rubbed a little wrong way when I say things like, Emiliel is the first appointed and the only appointed Supreme Grand Sheik of all Moorish Americans. They might rub the wrong way, but that's truth. They just have to be rubbed the wrong way when I tell truth. But now a direct presentation on what they stand for, man, I'm not into that unless you come at me sideways. I mean, if I got to defend myself, I have to pull out them latent powers. Y'all caught that? But with that being said, I appreciate y'all, family. I know y'all want me to go a little longer. I'm tired. I gotta go work tomorrow. I got big work to do tomorrow. You know what I mean? I ain't no Supreme Grand Sheik, so I don't get to sit around, you know what I mean, up in the Secretary of State's office, you know what I mean, acting like I'm somebody. You know what I mean? I can't do that. I gotta go work, and we gotta build this nation. But I do have a few files, you know, that I might. I need to create one of them. What is it? I need to create one of them Patreons. Anybody on here know how to create a Patreon? I want y'all to email me and help me out, because if I can get y'all on my Patreon, I give y'all some good information, and I'll give y'all slides at a reasonable, you know, to subscribe to the Patreon. Anybody up here that got a YouTube channel, understand Patreon, email me, you know, at TARHARKA@yahoo.com. Help me out, family. You know what I mean? I'm too busy to try to figure out this Patreon. You know how you get on this stuff, man, and they got these learning curves? Man, listen, I used to yell like this in the temple. But in order to get this message to the people, right, man, I had to learn all this editing stuff. I had to learn, like, this YouTube stuff, even the software that I'm on now. I had to learn all of that. Man, I'm telling you, man, this learning curve on this technology is something else. And so we got some assistance in the temple. Speak up. If you need a temple, join us on a virtual Moorish Science Temple of America, where you can get these lessons and more. You get the divine instructions from the prophet, you know, compared to universal science, compared to the lessons of ancient Kemet, compared to the lessons of Buddha, compared to the lessons of Confucius. You know, we get that universal science, you know, and that's the noble temples, family. That's the noble temples. But with that being said, I'm looking, don't nobody know Patreon or nothing, so I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate y'all again, family. Thanks for hanging out, and share this with your friends. Have a conversation about it, you know. But the alternative is, I'm going to close out with this. You cannot get divine out of a lie. So if the Prophet Noble Drew Ali says that this is a holy and divine movement, corruption and a lie at the foundation of what your organization is takes the divine and the holy out of it. And all you have left over is a Boy Scout, Girl Scout, calling yourself the Moorish Science Temple of America. That's all you have. You cannot have a holy and divine movement founded on corruption and a lie, and you haven't reconciled it. You're not going nowhere. That's just what it is. I don't believe in that lineage thing. So don't tell me about your authority. Don't ask me about mine. Because we're going to demonstrate this. The lineage thing is a lie. It's a total lie. Oh, last but not least, I got to show this. I got to show this. I got to show this. Religious freedom, family. I want you never to forget this. Don't let nobody play you. Right. Don't let nobody play you. This is what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said. And I want to tell you something, family. I have to read this. Because without this, I would not been able to discover what I have discovered. You follow me? So I need y'all to hear this. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, man, hold up, man. I need y'all to hear this. Listen to how eloquent this sounds. The Moorish Science Temple of America has received opposition and criticism. This is what I felt when I started the Moorish Science Temple of America, styled and affectionately known as the Noble Temples. And we started to build temples and they started to come up. This is how I felt. The Moorish Science Temple of America has received some opposition and criticism. And the main opposition has come from certain Christian ministers. In my case, the main opposition has come from certain, I guess, if you want to call them grand bodies. They have expressed themselves as being opposed to our propagation of the Mohammedan religion, or, in my case, Moorish Science Temple of America teachings. Possibly because the promotion of the Mohammedan faith among our people in the United States is considered by them in terms as something new. And they was considering me as something new. Whatever the reasons may be for their opposition, the legal right to oppose citizens, individuals, and organizations alike for their religious belief does not exist in the United States. This is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali talking. But now he's saying this in reference to people trying to shut him down. So he says, the door of religious freedom made by the American Constitution swings open to all. I think I'm a part of that all. And people may enter through it and worship as they desire. Without religious freedom, no search for truth would be possible. Without religious freedom, no discovery of truth would be useful. Without religious freedom, religious progress would be checked, and we would no longer march forward the nobler life which the future holds for the races of men. See, if I would have allowed you to put me in a box, if I would allow myself to be stuck after I see all the contradictions, if I would have believed that you got the holy grail of the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali from an organizational perspective, if I would have believed that, I would not have sought out your inconsistencies, which ultimately led me to your made up, fictitious lineage connecting you to the prophet that you claim giving you authority. It says, without religious freedom, there will be no inspiration to lift our heads and gaze with fearlessness into the vast beyond, seeking a hope eternal. Family, if I would have allowed someone to put me in a box, if I would have allowed someone to put me in a box, family, we wouldn't be sitting here today unfolding this truth that has been leading people like blind sheep to slaughter for over 30, 40 years. If they want to continue to lead the slaughter because they in a buddy club and they like being slaughtered, then by all means. But don't say Brother TARHARKA BEY didn't put you on point. With that being said, peace and love, family. I'm up out of here. Islam? Islam. I think I'm up out of here. Can I be up out?